Hey there, Chad here. Thanks for joining me. This is Ostranauts. This is my Let's Play series, and this is episode 6, working on build 0.14 of Ostranauts. In the last episode, I had gone and salvaged some parts from a ship, but I am not well organized, and I'd forgotten to get enough small parts to fix things that need electronics. So there's a need for electronics parts to fix 3 things on my ship right now. And I'm going to see about going back out and finding a ship that I can, well, salvage more stuff off of, obviously, but find some of those parts as well. Unfortunately, there aren't any available here. I've checked the supplies, I've checked the we buy crap, and so far nothing. And that little chirp going on, that alarm, that darn thing's been going on for several minutes, and I'm getting really, finally, there it goes. Finally went away. That was ridiculous. I know I can turn it off. I do know that. The problem is I go and turn it off and I forget to turn it back on, and then I have problems. So I tend to try to put up with the annoyance. That one lasted a while though. I don't know what was going on there. Probably one of those ships that pulls near the station and then just starts spinning and spinning and spinning. You've probably seen that if you've played much of this game. It does happen now and again. It is what it is. Nothing more to say about it, I don't guess. So I need to do some housekeeping here, and I'm going to try to organize a little bit better. I haven't been great about that right now, and I'm starting to regret that. So we're going to walk over here. We're going to put this in our hand. Opens it up. I tend to put parts in one crate that sits in one of these corners early on, and that's my plan right now. So we're going to open this one, and I'm literally just going to drop stuff in it. If you drop it in here, it'll stack for you if it can, and I do appreciate that myself. I think in the second crate that's here, I'm going to open that one as well. Yeah, and this one's going to have things to use in it, I think. I was maybe going to put this guy in there. We'll put him over here for now. Do I have any more? I don't think I do. No more parts like that sitting around. So we're going to put that on the ground here. And let's restore that real quick. I should then have, now this EVA helmet is not restored. It needs repairing first. We'll just let that do its thing. That's one that needs electronic parts, electric parts. Yeah, I guess same thing, right? Some level. Okay, he's wrapping that up. And I do still want to do a good cleanse on my ship and get these things fixed. As I mentioned before in the 14 build, it takes a lot longer for those things. Oh, I didn't slow down. It takes a lot longer for those things to repair floors and that. It takes quite a while, and it'll be a while before this ship is in 100% condition. Once you get it there, it's easy to maintain, but it just takes some time to get there. Let's see. I need to re-up my charges in that, so we're going to run out here to the kiosk. I've gotten a lot of advice on how to minimize the use of oxygen, and I appreciate that. At some point, I decided it was just worth paying the cost of the extra little bit of oxygen that it would take when I run through the doors and they're both open when I'm in a vacuum. I have not run into long-term problems with that. Really, the only time I have is when a hole has developed in the hull somewhere and I have been able to track it down. And it's possible that having not done that as many times as I had on those run-throughs, that perhaps I would have saved enough oxygen to find the leak and spare my dude's little life there, but it didn't happen. So it is what it is. Part of the fun of the game is getting to do it again and have a slightly different universe to work in, different ships and different challenges. Okay, here we go. The battery is fully charged. I did just pay for all of that. We need to pay our docking fees. I do, like I said before, I like to always pay a little more on the mortgage than I have to. Didn't make a ton of money that time, so the minimum is 2,300. We'll just pay, let's pay 5,000 this time. Whoa. We'll do that. I feel like it didn't do it. And we'll just pay the rest of the bills. Okay. Should be set to go. So I did that little bit of housekeeping. I feel like there was a little more I wanted to do. This EVA battery is now repaired. That's good. This helmet is repaired. Let's put those in this bag here. That'll be my temp holding location for things that I plan to keep. We'll have a little bit more formal iteration of that in the near future, but for now we'll just drop stuff in here that is hanging around for the long haul. I usually put this in like a pant pocket or something. I don't have cargo pants, that's what it is. I'm wearing the jumpsuit. Okay, I often like to get cargo pants early on. I feel like it just, well, it gives you extra storage, and I can put some of this stuff on there that I don't really need to hold on to constantly. He is getting hungry again. It says he's a little thirsty. Let's go ahead and deal with that. That'll clear an inventory slot. So we will eat some food and that goes away, and we will drink a little water. That will not clear that inventory slot, but it'll at least take care of the concern. Let's get back out there. I think I'm going to head down here to this cluster. There's 3 ships here. If I don't have luck with one of them, I can probably track to another one without too much difficulty. Request clearance, request undocking clearance. We should be good to go. We paid our bills. Everybody says have a good flight, so we will do that. There we go. And we'll speed up time a little just to kind of get clear of that. Turn that off. Start to move forward a little bit. Okay. And we'll just hit the close one. I missed him though. There we go. So let's set a bearing, slow down. Bearing 11. We're pretty close. Okay. And then we will get our vertical. Wow, dead on. No complaints for me. 15 minutes, so okay. I have a nice little window here where I can do some housekeeping. He will usually, I think I mentioned this before, he will usually start with repairs on things near where he's standing for the most part. When there is equipment, a lot of times he will run over and do that first. You can obviously control that by selecting specific things for him to do, or you can add them to his task list and he will go and do those in order, I believe. I think you can set that in whatever order you'd like. It's not something I tend to do. I usually just let him do his thing, and when we get to 2044, I will head back to the console there. So we're just chipping away at the maintenance on the ship right now. Hopefully none of those walls are critical or any of the floor parts. And we are approaching our target. So let's sit down. Slow down. And man, there just is a lot of traffic on this run through so far. Usually don't have quite this much. Yeah, we kind of fell far off course there. That's a little surprising. Usually it's a little closer than that. Considering I was almost perfectly lined up there initially. That surprises me that it was that much. Okay, so we need to go and hail the ship and initiate the docking sequence with an unmanned ship. And there we go. That should do it. Okay, I screwed that up by hitting the wrong key. My fingers weren't quite where I thought they were. Nonetheless, we landed it. It is a small ship. I think this is the one we looked at the first time, now that I see the name. Maybe not. The names do start to kind of run together in my head, if I'm being honest. I don't recognize that shape, so hopefully this is a new ship for us. All right. Whoa, 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 where are you going? I'm not sure where he thinks he's going. Ah, I do know where he thinks he's going. He knows that there are parts out here that he can use to do these repairs. So that's what he's trying to do right now. I don't want him to do that right now. I need to kind of control this initial interaction anyway, like putting on his helmet, for instance. You know, that might be a good idea, right? Go ahead and get this taken care of. And where did I put the knife? I'm definitely not seeing it right now. Oh, there it is. Small pouch. Okay. So we'll do this. I feel like there was something else I wanted to address. I see there's a motherboard. No, 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 no. You're coming this way. You're opening that because there's a motherboard in your pocket, and we don't want that. And we're also going to drop this stuff in there. Okay. Helmet off, helmet back on. Now he's going to go wander, and you know, I guess I'm just going to let him. No pirates so far. That's good, but he wants to come and repair this. He's going to gather the parts he needs. No pirate. Okay, that's good. I think we would have seen him by now if there were. Let him breathe for a second. Put the helmet back on in case he decides he needs to wander. Yep. Just gonna let him do what he needs to do for that. I think he already gathered the parts for that, so that's good. I don't think that battery had any charge at all. It did. Okay, so in a pinch, we can just swap out batteries now, and we'll at least have some charge left. I don't think he's going to need this. Let's put that down and pick up the backpack. Okay, go take a look. See what we've got out here. Fixed, fixed, fixed. Good, good. Okay, a couple of air pumps. Here is a door. Obviously there's no power, so the door won't open. Let's take a look at this crate. Look at that. And in really good shape too. We found a Weber torch. Not a bad haul already. That saves a lot of money. Parts. Thruster. Okay. We'll go ahead and uninstall this door. Grab some of those electronic parts. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and grab some scrap aluminum too. And we'll just bring that back here. Helmet off. Now, once in a while when I drop things like scrap into a container like this, I'll get an error message. If you run into errors, you turn that off by clicking the exclamation point here in the upper left corner. That's kind of that's the console, and you can turn it on and off at will by clicking on it. But if it ever pops open, that's how you close it. I know I'd seen a couple of questions in the past on how that gets closed when it opens and you're not expecting it. Let's see. Well, I'm full up there. I'm just going to maybe put that flask in there. We'll put the torch over here, the extra torch. That is not something we will want to get rid of. So one thing I'm thinking about doing is putting my helmet on before I go out the airlock. That would be helpful. I'm thinking about grabbing one of these racks that we saw and putting it here, and then put that in there. Put the Weber torch in there. Scrap aluminum and mechanical parts. Yeah, why not? So we will uninstall that. Pick it up. Drag it home. I guess I can go ahead and install it now. So we want to put it right there. Nice. Grab the things out of it. There they are. I'm going to want to drop these pieces first, aren't I? Pick that up and deposit there. And there we have it. Since I don't really want to be carrying that around with me this whole time. What I often do, I'm going to put the water in there. What I often do is I'll make this like a weapons locker so that I grab the knife, or once I get a machete, I like the machete the best. I'll take the machete with me and just put it back in here when we're done, and I know where everything's at that point. All right, let's take a harder look around. Oh, whoa, 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 put your helmet on. That was a mistake. All right, helmet is on. He doesn't always think. All right, so let's take a peek through here and see if there's anything more interesting. There's the transponder. It's in good shape. Here's a battery. Battery is damaged. I might hold off on that for now. There's a whole bunch of little parts. Now, I never take trash with me intentionally. I will take mechanical and things like that, though. Probably wouldn't hurt to start grabbing some of the alarms also that are on these ships for when I start to expand. It would be nice to have those available. Clean cloth. So I think it was looking for cloth when I was trying to clean those guns up when they were being repaired. I think it went and got some cloth to do that. I wasn't paying real close attention, but something I wanted to check on, and then I didn't. That's what I wanted to see. Pain relief pills. Yeah, we'll take that. So I'm seeing some pumps. I'm seeing a couple of thrusters. I don't really see a whole lot of other heavy engineering stuff. Make sure I didn't miss something here. Seats. And here goes our alarm again. Check in here real quick. Just kind of the usual. Lots of trash, small electronic parts. Pick those up. That's the one we were running low on. Turbo pump. Yeah, we'll grab a couple of turbo pumps. As I saw, selling those just to the license desk was $1,200. Every little bit counts when you're trying to pay off a loan, right? Thinking through where I wanted to go next. I was also thinking about maybe grabbing one more crate and also maybe seeing if it makes sense to grab some floor out of this ship. It is the Testudo floor, and I like to basically use the clean floor parts. Clean meaning the ones without any design on them. So the 55s, and I think the other one is 96. Those are my favorite ones to use. Yeah, the 96 series here. That's the one I use the most, I think. Just a preference, nothing, no reason. It matches. It's easy for me to see. Yeah, I was kind of hoping I'd find an intake. Something I didn't get on that last journey. I also keep falling back to one-time speed, not adjusting back. I usually try to play in 2 or 4 when I'm investigating a ship. Handgun in good shape. Screens. Okay. Check the corner. Ah, a backpack. Well, that's worth grabbing. We'll always grab backpacks. Since I have that backpack now, you know what? I am going to go ahead and grab these parts. I know there was a heat sink. I guess that was in here. A couple of more motors. And we will just use this particular backpack, which is in really good shape, for holding those kinds of items for now. Got this other one holding those. I am going to go ahead and grab some cloth. Every once in a while you need that. It's just not something I normally find I'm in need of. And a couple of air pumps. Okay. So this ship doesn't have a huge manifest to salvage from, but that's okay. We got some things that we needed. We direly needed the electronic parts to fix some stuff up. We're going to drop this on the floor. We'll put it right there for now. I like to put them where I can see them. They start to get buried under things. All of a sudden you forget they're there, and you know, days go by and hey, wait a minute, didn't I have a heat sink somewhere? I do need to start working on my storage solutions, though. That's becoming very apparent to me right now. I'm just thinking through what some of the opportunities there would be. I could get another crate, move this up. Now, since this doesn't have any canister connected, blocking it won't impact the functioning of my ship for now, but I'll need to be mindful of that going forward. Helmet back on. I'm going to grab a crate. I think that's what I'm going to do, and we're just going to make it a junk drawer. up and drag it to down here. This is where odds and ends will go for the time being. Is it already open? Oh, no, because it had, well, maybe it was. There it is. It's right there. Okay, what do we want to drop in there? Odds and ends. So for today, that's going to be the pills, the gun. I don't really need the grinder anymore since I have the torch. Probably should have thought that through a little bit earlier. I also really don't need the friction welder. You always want a crowbar though. Don't go without a crowbar, that's for sure. Okay. Well, that tightens things up a little bit. Next on my wish list is that EVA suit so that I don't have to keep doing the helmet pop there. We'll need to get an EVA battery charger and other parts that are disposable for it. Small oxygen canisters, things like that. I know that one of these was a turbo pump and it looked like it was in really good shape. There's a sink. I don't usually take the utilities out of the ship, like the sink, the toilet, things like that. So I'm not really sure what the, unless I'm going to use them, so I'm not really sure what the going rate is on those things. That's something to probably pay closer attention to. Here's that turbo pump, so we're going to uninstall that. This one's probably turbo also. Those are going with us. The helmet thing, there we go. Back out here. It's starting to occur to me, I think why I'm forgetting to readjust the speed at which the game is running is I had been using an EVA suit for so long, it really wasn't a factor. I could just run around in it, and I didn't have the oxygen thing, and that's when the clock's resetting on me, and I'm not thinking it through. There we go. We have room for a little bit more. I know that it is entirely possible to fill a lot of these gaps with stuff, and I'm tempted to do that now and again. I kind of want it to avoid it if possible this time through. When we get to something that really is valuable and notably valuable, like reactor parts and the pumps and things like that, I'm likely to be a little more specific about that. You know what? I haven't done this in a long time. I'm going to uninstall a transponder, and I know that there's a high chance that I do it wrong. Did I not put I did put my helmet on. Yep, I destroyed it basically. So I'm not sure it's worth bringing back. I don't know that. Well, you know what? I'll take it back, and I'll kind of do that on my own time. Figure out if there's anything I can do with it. I don't think there is. I think once you disassemble it, if you damage it, it's kind of all over. Squirrels are teasing my animals. That happens this time of year. All right, what else we have? Oh, yeah, let's take care of that. Let's go ahead and grab the regular air pump as well. I want to get a price on it, a common price. Take that back with us. And I'm also contemplating, do I want to start to grab some floor? I mentioned that this is the Testudo Flora is what I prefer to use. And I'm going with no. I'm not going to do that just yet. So I was thinking about grabbing a crate and starting to load it up with floor pieces. I'm not going to do that because I don't like having to do it in the pressure suit. You barely get anything done. You have to run back. Barely get anything done. You have to run back. So we'll wait till an EVA suit comes along, and then I'll start working on that. And yeah, that looks like that's about it this time around. That's a pretty full tank, so we're going to go ahead and pick that up. Whoops, 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 cancel action. Uninstall. Hit the wrong button there. Take that one with us. Be ready with it in the future. Never hurts to have a few extra tanks. But at this point, I think I'm going to head home. Have the opportunity to sell a couple of these parts and maybe work on the ship a little bit. And I'm probably going to do that offline. Nobody wants to sit here and watch my little guy run around and mop the floors. So, okay, first things first though, let's take off the helmet because that's smart. And I'm going to go ahead and change into my civvies. Yeah, I know that's a silly term, but it's where I landed. So there we go. That should be right foot. Well, his left. Back to Oleg. Now this part is, this is somewhat grindy. I actually, when I'm just playing this, I'm not sure how I feel about it while I'm doing a Let's Play. When I'm just playing this, I don't have a big problem with this kind of grind. I find it a little relaxing. It gives me the opportunity to just kind of think about stuff. I don't have to really be focused on, oh my gosh, are the aliens coming after me and I'm going to have to, upgrade the base or something like that. I can just kind of look around. Oh, this is valuable. I'm going to grab that. Oh, this, I don't really need that. I'm going to move on. And it's fairly relaxing in a lot of ways. I used to play a lot of Farm Simulator for exactly that reason, because you could just kind of set it up and then just watch it. And there was a certain, I don't know, there was a certain relief of just watching it do its thing and knowing that I had kind of set it up and got it going, and I really enjoyed that. My brother and I used to play that together in multiplayer, and we had a blast with it. He still plays it now and again. I've been kind of waiting to see if something comes along, one of their upgrades or updates rather, to kind of pull me back into that again. I considered a Let's Play of that where he and I both kind of worked together, and we just never got around to it. 13 minutes out gives me some time to clean. You know the drill. I guess I should have hit auto task before I sped up time, but that's fine. He's going to go ahead and start scrubbing. You know what? I'm going to insist that he work on this over here to start, because I want to see what that's going to sell for. And it will probably take the rest of the trip. And he probably won't be done by the time I have to go and land the thing. In fact, we're almost there. I got about 5 minutes. He's barely made a dent. He's not even halfway. So if you're a dev of the game, no complaints, just different. Just different. And we're coming up on that time. I was going to say right about now. I'm going to kill it. There he is. We're coming in a little hot. Going to slow down. Summon ×2. I don't need to do that. Clear that. Hail ship. K-leg. Docking. Request docking clearance. And here we go. Okay, go away. Okay. "10 meters out" is when I clicked it. That was a little too close. I probably should have slowed down time a little quicker than or earlier than I did. But we are now docked, and we're good to go. So, yeah, we're going to repair the stuff here, and then I will sell. So hang tight for just a few minutes. That was fast. I think he's probably just, well, he's restoring the battery. Okay, I didn't restore it before, that's right. I had to finish repairing it, that was the problem. So we should be good there. Perhaps if I had a piloting checklist where I remembered to turn off that alarm anytime or turn it back on before leaving a station or something, that might be helpful. I might see if I can come up with a way to make sure I don't forget to do that in the future, because that just really is annoying. Okay, now he's working on floor and that, so we're going to redirect his attention to things that I want to sell. And we are going to go ahead and try to, the transponder, it won't allow me to fix. Okay, I hadn't paid that close of attention. It wants to, pardon me, if I want to install it, it is damaged, so it's not giving me any options to fix that. So I think that's probably what I expected. So we'll go ahead and bash it. And we now have some parts and probably some trash. There's the trash. And we got a little bit of scrap steel, and that's it. Okay, no biggie. Are all of these restored? That's not restored. Now it is. That one is. That one is. The battery is. We're keeping the battery, though. I'm not selling that. Okay, let's go see what we can sell stuff for. First to the black market. Okay. Well, he won't buy trash. I think that's the only thing in the backpack that I'm carrying. The other backpack, that one had parts. There should be, there it is. That's the backpack with the gun in it. Oh no, doesn't have the gun. Okay. Maybe I put that in a crate, didn't I? Probably this used crate. There we go. He's not interested in it. Okay. That's fine. He is interested in the fusion coils, the field coils. That's getting sold. He's not interested in the pumps. Okay, well, that's his loss. Won't find a better deal, will he? Okay. And I don't think there was anything, yeah, just the battery. Batteries sell for 1,000 to him. That's good to know. And those prices they do fluctuate. That's not a, when you're talking about the black market, well, actually any of the markets, my understanding is they'll fluctuate. I think the black market, it will fluctuate the most. It can be a huge, huge price swing. All right, well, we will sell him the field coil, and that is it. and then we'll run upstairs and see what the license desk is willing to pay for a few of those things. Last time it purchased the turbo pump for $1,200 thereabouts. I think it was like $1188 or something. And there it is, trade, sell. They will buy my trash, which is weird, but okay. This one just had the scrap in it, so we don't want to sell any of that. This one had, not that one, that's right, it was the container. Had a couple of things that I thought about selling, including a gun for 1,000 rather. Go ahead and sell those pills. The N2 canister, 624. I feel like I should go ahead and sell that because we will find tons of these as we go, and we really have no use for it just yet. Okay, so an air pump, not a turbo pump, is 757. I'm going to sell that, and I'm going to sell both of those turbo pumps. Because why not? Canister, was there anything else? I don't think there was. Just for fun, what's the battery go? 969, so virtually the same amount as the fixer was buying it for. There we go. That is purchased. All right. Well, I'm going to run back to the ship. We're coming up to the end of the day, and this is where you get into the non-time, I forget what they call it, that extra little 24 minutes that you get in a day that nobody can tell you what to do. I think what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do this offline, I will kind of continue to clean up the ship, and I will try to jump back on, well, I won't try. We will restart at the end of first shift tomorrow if the ship isn't completely finished. If it is, I'll jump back in at that point. So there you have it. This is my Let's Play of Ostranauts, and we'll continue to do some scrapping, knock down that mortgage, look into some other things to do once we are good to go. I actually thought real quick, I've been thinking about how I want to build out. For cargo, I want to build this way, and I'm thinking I might just go straight. For engineering, I usually build out to the side, and I'm trying to decide if it might be wiser to maybe rethink how I do that usually. So I don't know. I end up with a big rectangle initially. Is what I end up with. I do engineering this way, and I do living space this way. I've been trying to move a bridge down further and having cargo closer to the airlock because it's just easier to access then. But we'll see. So thanks for watching, and I hope you're enjoying this. Fair travels.